I can have, my children can have a better life than what they have now. I mean, they have a great life, but it could be a lot better.
So how about let's take a few minutes or a minute, and are you going to sing us a little couple of bars of something?
Sure. I'm going to sing Baggage Claim by Miranda Lambert.
Okay. Let it rip, honey.
All right, here we go. I have been dragging around your sensitive ego, making sure that your bags arrived on time for the dog and pony show. A little suitcase like a brick, I try to make it hard to get a good grip. I drop your troubles off at the conveyor belt. I hand you a ticket to go get it yourself. At the baggage claim, you got a lot of luggage in your name. 'Cause when you hit the ground, check the lost and found. 'Cause it ain't my problem now. I can't carry it home. I got a lot of troubles of my own. It's all over the yard in the trunk of the car, and I'm packing it in. So come and get it. Thank you.
Yay! Fantastic. So listen. So what is it? Is this the first time you've ever done anything like this before?
You mean the show?
Yeah.
Well, Skyping, yes, this is the first time. I've been on one other internet show, just through the phone though.
Okay.
And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And what is it like singing like this?
I love it.
You love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Good.
I sing all day. I sing morning, noon, and night. Never ends. My kids are always like, "Mom, again?"
Yeah, well, I mean, if I had a voice, I'd be singing all over the place. So what kind of, message would you have for people out there that are listening to this that are, maybe struggling to get started or that are in the same place that you're at? I mean, what would you say to them?
I would say, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. No matter how tough life is and how many people tell you that you should stop and not have your dream, pursue your dream. Don't listen. Just keep going for as long as you can, no matter how tough things get, and hopefully you'll get there one day, because I'm not giving up ever. So.
And how do you do it with kids though?
It's hard, but if you want something so bad, you just keep working at it, and that's what I do. I sing every Wednesday at PJ Rufo's in Woodland Park. I sing at the Panther Pub in Hackettstown. I've sang at parties, and I've gotten gigs off of singing at parties. So my phone's been ringing a lot. So I just, keep putting myself out there, keep marketing, and keep going, and hopefully one day somebody will recognize me and I'll get a record deal. And that's what and now I'm working with two songwriters, Jim Radel and Michael Riga, and they're helping me build my first album. So I'm really looking forward to it.
So, and that takes a lot too, doesn't it, to build an album?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you doing original, or are you doing cover tunes?
No covers. It's going to be all original. So it's going to be all original music. So as soon as I get it, I'm going to send you one.
Oh, please! I would love you to. Maybe you can sing me an opening.
Absolutely. I'll just go right to North Carolina.
Oh yeah, well, we go, with our shows and being in the internet, there are no boundaries. So
yeah.
We can talk to anybody anywhere, and we can go anywhere, and we can talk about anything.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me tonight. I really, I'm very happy. Thank you, Carrie, and thank you, Larry.
So, when we talk about breaking free, you're at a time in your career, I would say, where you're doing something now that you might. How long have you been doing what you're doing now? How long have you been out there now?
I've been out there now for the past 2 years.
Okay.
Because my mom has had a band for so many years, I've always like been in and out. Whenever she was singing, I would go out there and pick up the microphone and sing with her and her band. Wherever, if she was just singing with tracks at a restaurant, I would just pop in, and I would always do like a couple of tunes just because I love it, and I wanted to see what people thought and how they felt.
So, and I know Debbie's asking on the chat. You're more country, right? That's what you like. You play. Yeah, you love more country.
I love singing country. I mean, I sing pop, and I do oldies and stuff every week because you got to mix it up, see what everybody likes. But my heart is singing country. That's where I want to be. So
Tom is asking a question, which I was just getting ready to ask you. Have you thought about going on The Voice or American Idol or America's Got Talent or any of those things? I think you had tried something, right? I did. I tried The Voice for 2 years. When you say I tried The Voice, do you mean you tried to get on The Voice? Yeah, I went to the auditions in New Jersey at the Izod Center. Waiting in like 110-degree weather the first year. But I didn't make it on The Voice for 2 years, but I'm still going to try. I was going to go out for X Factor this year. I wasn't able to go, so I'm going to send in a video audition. I just sent Ellen another YouTube video that I made. So wherever I see opportunity, I just go with it and send it and whatever I have to do. Yeah, because miracles happen all the time, but if you don't go out there, you won't know.
Yeah, you just got to keep pushing it.
And who is Ellen?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, Ellen DeGeneres. Gotcha.
Yeah, she was running a talent show recently, so I sent one of my YouTube videos. You can win $10,000, so I sent it.
So let me ask you a question. So when you listen to people on The Voice, or you listen to people on American Idol or any of them, is there anything that you see that you want to improve on, or what is it? What makes them have it, and that you haven't gotten it yet? Is it timing? Is it
I definitely think I didn't make it on The Voice because my confidence wasn't there.
Okay.
The more I sing out, the more confident I get, and I see how the audience, when I'm, like I said, when I'm getting that positive feedback from them, it makes me feel better and I build more confidence. And I also think I had, my song choices weren't where they should have been. So,
so just say that, because somebody could be listening to this, and you are somebody who's been brave going out there. Sometimes you go out before you have the answer. Sometimes you go out and then you ask later. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't always go out with all your bags packed, ready to go, because we don't always know what we need, right?
Right.
So here you are. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You have a lovely spirit. You have this gumption. Now you have children. You have a husband. You have responsibilities. You could be talking right now to somebody who is just maybe a breath away from where you are, and you've got an opportunity now to share with them and to help them. And maybe somebody's listening to you who's a little further along than you are, who might after the show connect with you. Whoever knows?
Hey, that would be great.
So you're saying, okay, so confidence,
definitely confidence. You got to have it.
Got to have it.
And you got to connect with the audience. If you can't connect and you don't feel the emotion that, in the beginning, I think was my problem. I was focused more on the words of the song than focusing on the feeling of it and how to put it out there. So I've been working on that a lot. It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, I do notice that the ones that go out there who are not shy, who just, sometimes when I listen to somebody and when I can hear they have a big voice and they don't use it, I'm like, oh my God, it's like having this talent and not using it. Use it. And and I'll tell you something, what I've observed about you is the more you use your voice, the better it is for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say that you are not somebody who should be timid.
No.
No, honey. Use your hair. Use your looks. I don't know about your body, but I'm assuming it's good. Honey.
My husband, he's here.
Huh? Say that again?
My husband's here. You can ask him.
Okay, where is he? Nick?
Here.
His name is Nick, right?
No, Anthony.
Anthony. Well, same thing. It's Italian. Anthony, come over here. Anthony, what do you think of your wife and her talent?
She's amazing.
Can you speak up a little louder?
She's amazing.
So you support her?
I do. It's tough. You know, there's a lot less time that we get to spend together, and that's the toughest part of it. Not that she's going out pursuing her dream, but just the lack of time that we get to spend together.
Right.
That's the hardest part. You know, I take care of the kids while she's out doing it, and whatever it takes.
So thank you very much for doing that.
No problem.
You know, seriously, I think it's really important when you're doing things like what she's doing, that it is a team effort, you know, and that especially if you're part of a team, because it can only get better. You know,
yep.
it can only get better for everybody. So what would you say to other team members out there?
Be patient.
Uh-huh.
You know, be patient. It's not going to happen overnight. Just stand by your other half. I mean, I look at her, she's my right arm, and, you know, without her, I'm nothing, and I just have to stand by her and just be patient.
Uh-huh. So, Anthony, hang out. Nikki.
Yes.
Can you hear me? So hearing him say that, how does that feel to you?
That feels good today.
And so that's food for you.
Yeah.
To keep...
Well, because, you know, this is a tough industry. You know, you go out and there's going to be tons of men out there, and they get my card, they want to call me, and, you know, it's tough, you know. Sometimes they don't want to call me for a gig. They would rather call me for a date. So, you know, it gets rough.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's all in trusting. You got to trust, and that's it. You know, this is what I want to do. This is my dream, and I'm gonna keep pursuing it as long as I can.
You know, and I would say that a lot of women and even men in could be a man who's been holding on to a career that's in the same situation that you're in with a mate. There
Right.
could be that competition or insecurity that would hold somebody back. You know, intimidation.
Yeah.
And it's really important to have that understanding, you know, that I go out, but I come back to you.
Exactly.
So, Anthony, are you still there? Can he hear me?
Yeah,
I
here
can
he
hear
is.
you.
So that's really important for you, is that you can trust her. And you know, to be okay with her going out, because it's important.
Yep.
What is this? Do you get do you feel good about yourself knowing that she's out there? How does that support you?
No, I mean, it feels good that if she's successful, then I'm happy about that. The more success that she brings and the better she feels about herself, the more she pushes forward, the more confidence she gets. You know, it bleeds from her. The better
Right.
that she feels, obviously it creates a better environment, and the better that I feel. I mean, I would never want to see her struggle. So the more receptive people are, the further she goes along with it,
Right.
the better she's going to feel, and it certainly helps the way I feel.
But
There's all the distractions that you got to deal with, and
Right.
that's probably the hardest part.
But let me ask you something. From being on the sidelines a little bit and watching her over the last 2 years and watching how she's grown, would you say that she's the more because sometimes the more people do, the more they can do, the more efficient they become. Have you noticed that?
Slowly. I mean, I've been asking her to push herself a little more, do a little more. The more she becomes confident in herself, she's starting to do more.
Great.
But she's got to definitely push more because she's got it.
She's got it.
And oh, absolutely.
Yeah, she's got it. And you know what, honey? if you can see it for her sometimes where she can't, it will make a big difference sometimes. Because sometimes when you're in it and you've been sliced up and spit out like a, you know what, if somebody's there telling you, you know, just pick yourself up, you got it, and, you know, to help you move on, it makes a big difference. We have a question on the chat, and this is to you, Anthony. How, in your opinion, does Niki's efforts affect your children as far as, you know, how they see things and how they see the world?
It is certainly going to affect them when, you know, they don't have their mother around, but that's where I have to be there for them. Mm-hmm. You know, as long as I'm there for them, just to let them know it's okay, you know, like you said before, you know, mommy's coming back. It's only for a little while. Mm-hmm. You know, it helps them.
And what about them seeing her do something like live a dream?
Oh no, they certainly want to see her living her dream, and you know, there's certain times where maybe she connects with somebody, and the kid's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you spoke to that person. I can't believe," you know, they get a kick out of it. So I mean, they want to see her, you know, get a little further with this, and it helps. They're not on her case. But as a little child, you know, sometimes it's a little difficult when mommy's away, but that's why I have to be the one here with them.
Right. Well, I think it's a really good thing for you to acknowledge that and to be that supportive, and, you know, because without you, it would be very hard for her to do that. So there's a lucky, you know, and you have a lucky star hanging over your head if you can help somebody acquire their dream. Because the dream is waiting for you, too.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Here she is.
All right.
And to answer your question before, the body's great.
Thanks. I almost forgot about that question. Glad you didn't.
Oh, that's never off my mind.
Thank you.
So, Niki, what do you think about what he's been saying?
He's supportive. He you know, has to be with my kids. It's so hard to find a babysitter for 3 kids.
Right.
So
till late at night and stuff, you know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, hopefully if I get a recording contract, it's definitely going to be a lot more hours, a lot more time. But you know, I tell my kids every day I love them, and I do whatever it takes to you know, make them happy, and you know, I want them to know that you can pursue your dream. And if I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm trying to pursue mine, and they have dreams too, and they should pursue them.
Well, let me tell you something I learned a long time ago. I mean, and if I had a talent like you do, I would be out there doing exactly what you're doing. Yeah. But, I mean, seriously. And I had a furniture store for many years, and I learned back then. And when I first opened up my store, I had no children, and I was pregnant. I got pregnant when I had my store, and I can remember walking around waiting on people, and burping in their face because I was pregnant. I couldn't even control myself. But let me tell you something. I learned a long time ago that it was important to, you know, follow your dream, and you just learn how to do it. Yeah. You know, you just learn who to ask for help, and you learn how to do it, and you become really efficient. And I also learned that it was quality, not quantity. Right. You know, so sometimes maybe the house didn't always get cleaned, but we had an ice cream party instead. Right. You know, or dinner was lighting candles and we made it a party. Right. You know, maybe the laundry, instead of folding it, it was like a big pile on the sofa.
Oh, yeah, you can ask my husband about that.
I don't have to ask him. I can just remember my own house. But we have to do that. I mean, we have to, some things just have to give. Right. And I think that's very important for everybody to acknowledge, is sometimes some things have to give in lieu of something else.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, but, you know, if your kid has to go to the doctor, you take him to the doctor. But what's the big deal if the laundry's not folded? You know? You know? It doesn't matter. So listen, normally I would say to everybody, call in if you have any questions or stay, but I want to do that really quick because I want Niki to sing us another couple of bars, but I also want to say, call in, take part in this juicy conversation. 919-518-9773. If you have a comment, you have a thought, you have a question for her, she's in the midst of it. And we'd love to hear. Okay, Amnon's got a question. He don't even have to call.
Nikki.
Yes.
So if there is a pile of unfolded laundry in the living room on the couch, does that mean that either me or Kathy can sing?
Oh yeah.
Let me hear you sing a couple bars.
No.
No?
No.
Oh my
All
goodness.
right. Maybe next time.
Well, maybe, but let's say, okay, so go ahead for us and sing your next piece.
Okay, let me get it set up.
You ready? Okay, so she's going to sing another little ditty for us before we have to call it a night. But we're really so happy to have her. Go ahead.
I cut my bangs with some rusty kitchen scissors. I screamed his name till the neighbors called the cops. I numbed the pain at the expense of my liver. Don't know what I did next, all I know I couldn't stop. Word got around to the barflies and the Baptist. My mama's phone started ringing off the hook. I can hear her now saying she ain't gonna have it. Don't matter how you feel, it only matters how you look. Go and fix your makeup, girl, it's just a breakup running. Hide your crazy and start acting like a lady, 'cause I raised you better, gotta keep it together even when you fall apart. This ain't my mama's broken heart.
Yay! Fantastic. So tell everybody where they can come find you.
You can find me on Facebook under Niki Marie Emmerich. Twitter, I'm under Niki Marie at Neurotic Nick, New Jersey. You can find me on Reverbination. And like I said, every Wednesday night, PJ Rufo's in Woodland Park.
Which is New Jersey, for those of you that might be in Timbuktu.
And if you go under YouTube, which I'm going to start banging out some more videos, you can go under Nicole, Nicole Emerick, Emerick.
Fantastic. And so what's the next level for you? So again, the next level is to make your album. How far? You have 2 songs done so far?
Yeah, it looks like 2 songs are done so far. Working on some more. So hopefully, in the next month, it'll be done and ready to go. And then I just got to send it out to as many people as I can and hope for the best.
Okay, well, belt it out.
I will.
Don't hold anything back.
No way.
There is no time to hold anything back. It is only the time to let it rip.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You gotta just let it go and just like, here I am, just wide open.
I will do that.
And so what other final words do you have for anybody that's listening that would, maybe in a similar situation and not just go after your dream, but is there any other little tidbits or ditties that you would share?
Just be positive. Don't be negative. Just smile every day and just keep pursuing that dream if you have one, and don't let anyone stop you.
Mm-hmm. So I want to ask, so when your thing is ready, you're going to send it to people, like famous people, to listen to it?
I'm going to send it to producers, managers, entertainment, like just anybody in the entertainment industry. I'm going to give it to my friends. Whenever I sing, I'm going to bring it with me and, just promote myself that way. Just give it to as many people as I can.
So does it cost a lot of money to begin a career like this, or do you make some money along the way?
I mean, once it's done, I'm hoping to make some money, but I mean, after it is done, I could still, sell it if I want to, or, I mean, I was even thinking about if I sell it, I can give the money to my daughter's foundation. It's CDLS, to raise money on, more awareness.
And what is that? What does that stand for?
Cornelia de Lange syndrome. She has a rare syndrome. It's 1 out of every 30,000 births it happens. Thank goodness she's come a long way, and I thank God every day that she's improving every day and getting better. So
that's terrific. So
yeah.
There is a foundation for that. Could you repeat that name again?
It's called Cornelia de Lange, CDLS Foundation.
Okay, I'm not familiar with it, but
yeah, not a lot of people really know about the syndrome because it's kind of new. But she's overcome a lot of obstacles and she's doing great. Mm-hmm. So I thank God for that every day.
Wonderful. Well, you carry that with you when you go out there, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a huge difference when you do go out.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to thank you, Niki. I want to thank Larry and everybody that's been listening tonight for being here and enjoying the evening with us. It's been a different kind of night, and we're happy to do that because we're breaking free. We're all breaking free. So thank you, Niki, so much for being so gracious and sharing yourself with us tonight.
Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure. And Larry and everybody out there, thank you. And Carrie, thank you. Tune in to her Sunday nights at 8. I'm not at 9 a.m. Debbie at 11 a.m. on Mondays. And Julie at Wednesdays at 9. And we love to come into your home. So thank you, everybody. Break free this week. Sing to a tune. Bye.
Don't know what I did next. All I know I couldn't stop. Word got around to the Barflies and the Baptists. My mama's phone started ringing off the hook. I can hear her now saying she ain't gonna have it. No matter how you feel, it only matters how you look. Go and fix your makeup, girl, it's just a breakup. Run it, hide your crazy and start acting like a lady. Cause I raised you better, gotta keep it together even when you fall apart. This ain't my mama's broken heart. I wish I could be just a little less dramatic, like a Kennedy when Camelot went down in flames. Leave it to me to be holding the matches when the fire truck show up. There's nobody else to blame. Can't get revenge and keep a spotless reputation. Sometimes revenge is just a choice you gotta make. My mama came from a softer generation where you get a grip, just bite your lip just to save a little face. Go and fix your makeup, girl, it's just a breakup. Running, hide your crazy and start acting like a lady. Cause I raised you better, gotta keep it together even when you fall apart. This ain't my mama's broken heart.
Hey, Niki.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I know I'm not just pulled that out of the air. So it was great. You did wonderfully.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Thanks so much. I
welcome.
appreciate it.
I know you. It was a little bit difficult for you to get it all going, but you did great.
Thank you.
And
Thanks so much.
You're welcome, and thanks your husband.
She said thank you.
Thank you.
He did great. You're welcome. Thank you for being so easy to play with. All right. Have a great night.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Sundays 9 a.m. till noon. Carrie's Psychic Cafe with Carrie Silkowski, Sundays 8 till 9 p.m. Health Inn with Debbie Bruck, Mondays 11 a.m. till noon. Breaking Free with Marilyn Shannon, Mondays 8 till 9 p.m. Reawaken Your Brilliance with Julie Seibert, Wednesdays 9 till 10 p.m. And if you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it at www.nissancommunications.com. Sponsored by thatvidblasterguy.com, carolinaapparel.com, and deltaforce.net.